SRM, founded by educationalist and Member of Parliament Dr. T.R. Parivender in 1969, is one of the most accomplished educational groups in India. SRM's flagship institution, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, a deemed university near Chennai, is one of the largest and most renowned universities in the private sector, with over 50,000 students and over 3,200 faculty, with one of the broadest portfolio of subjects, including a medical college and hospital, which has attracted international eyeballs for their contribution in the testing of India's COVID-19 vaccine. By 2015, SRM Group has also been home to two more private universities, SRM University Haryana and SRM University Sikkim. When such a group ventured out into building its fourth university at Amravati in Andhra Pradesh, what could be expected? It would be anyway difficult to surpass the achievements of the massive SRM IST. Yet the visionary he is, Dr. P. Satyanarayanan, founder, chairman and president of SRM University AP, decided to build not one of India's finest universities, but one of the world's finest. Every policy taken and every stone laid at SRM AP is as per world-class standards, nothing less. In a move unheard of in India, SRM AP commissioned UK and US-based global executive search firms, Parrot Laver and Society Search, to recruit faculty for the new university. This was in Dr. Satyanarayanan's firm belief that above all, it's a faculty that makes a university. The results speak for itself. SRM AP is perhaps the only university in India with 100% of the faculty having international exposure. It also resulted in SRM AP attracting one of the finest academicians in India in the mission-critical executive post of Vice-Chancellor, Professor Vajja Sambasiva Rao, who studied at BITS-Pilani and University of Bielefeld, Germany, and who has served as a president of NIIT University and acting vice-chancellor and director at BITS-Pilani. The university also has two world-renowned academicians as honorary pro-chancellors, Dr. Nicholas B. Dirks, former chancellor of the University of California, Berkeley, and Professor Bertil Anderson, president emeritus of Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, and a former chair of Nobel Foundation's Chemistry Committee. SRM AP also made a world-class move in infrastructure when it recruited Perkins plus Will, world-renowned American architectural firm, which has designed some of the leading universities in the world, including Cornell University, Duke University, Tufts University, University of Illinois, University of Pennsylvania, Texas A&M University, besides global corporate landmarks like the Boeing International Headquarters. The grand result is a 200-acre custom-designed campus well built for luxuries like the 10:1 students to faculty ratio. The vision of Dr. Satyanarayanan is to scale up SRM AP to 20,000 students and 1,500 faculty within its first 10 years, and above all, to make a mark as the finest world-class university from India. SRM University AP's faculty have been at the forefront of research and innovation since the university's inception in 2017. Recently, Dr. Sudarshan Govindarajan, assistant professor in the Department of Biology, secured a research grant of Rs 1.1 crore for a period of 5 years as part of the prestigious Early Career Fellowship grant by DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance. Another professor, Dr. Panchangunula Jayaprakash, has used 3D printing to design face shields of different kinds for frontline workers. Given his illustrious academic background, Vice-Chancellor Prof VS Rao wants to promote SRM AP as a world-class research-intensive university. He has also rightly recognized the need for industry-ready graduates who can employ their knowledge and skills for 21st century jobs. This area is already being addressed by the university through its international collaborations with reputed institutions like MIT and UC Berkeley. The IDEA Center, established in collaboration with UC Berkeley, has supported multiple student entrepreneurs and incubated their ideas. Students at SRM AP also benefit from study abroad programs, research internships, and placements. On the placements front, the inaugural batch has recently been landing top-notch job offers that receive personal praise from Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy and State Education Minister Adimulappu Suresh. Seasonal magazines John Antony and Jaison recently caught up with SRM University's AP's Vice-Chancellor, Professor V.S. Rao, for this interview.
I am VS Rao.
Yeah, so I'm myself Carl. I'm features editor at Seasonal Magazine.
Okay.
And I'm John. I'm the editor at Seasonal Magazine. You come from a long background of academic research and managerial experience as both a former student and senior faculty of BITS-Pilani, as well as experience as a scholar from University of Bielefeld, Germany. What are your first impressions of SRM AP?
Certainly, SRM University is a modern university with multidisciplinarity and a great focus on research. I should say it is a very research-intensive university, and also focus on quality in learning and teaching. In the last 3 years, they have been emphasizing, as we go along, you will see, even in the recruitments, quality of recruitments, they have been taking faculty with very good research focus, people who have got international exposure. Almost, first of all, 100% are PhDs, and these people have international exposure either during their PhD or during their postdoctoral. As a result, right from the beginning, the university has been focusing on research projects, research publications. Even as an young university, it has got good number of PhD students.
So research is a major differentiator.
Yeah, research is a major differentiator, and research collaborations with various universities abroad and also institutions like IICT, Tanishq, and Amararaja Batteries, and with Integral Coach Factory, they have been collaborating for some very interesting projects.
So one of the other aspects about SRM AP is with regard to multidisciplinary education, right? So, and clearly with the national education policy that was announced, a couple of weeks ago, I think multidisciplinary education has been given a lot of focus. So, I just wanted to understand, does SRM University already have interdepartment collaboration and research in place, like you had just mentioned? So maybe some details and initiatives on that front, if you could explain.
In the vision itself, the president has clearly mentioned that we are going to be a multidisciplinary university, as mentioned earlier, with quality on teaching, learning, and research. As a result, in the first year, we started with the 3 engineering disciplines: BTech in CSE, BTech in Electronics Communication Engineering, and BTech in Mechanical Engineering. And the very next year, 2 more disciplines have been started: BTech in Civil Engineering and BTech in Electronics. The subsequent year, we started programs in liberal arts and basic sciences. So today we have BA in History, BA in English, BSc in Psychology, BSc in Economics, BBA, BSc in Physics, BSc in Chemistry. So in the very first 2 years itself, that multidisciplinarity concept has been completely, to a great extent, has been realized. The importance of multidisciplinarity has been realized, and accordingly, these programs have been introduced. To answer your next question about the collaboration, here there is extensive collaboration between various departments. There is a project in molecular electronics, wherein biology, physics, and chemistry departments collaborate. Then there is a project that is Jan Janak Rail project, where SRM IST, SRM AP, and Integral Coach Factory Chennai are collaborating in developing a fuel cell. And in this, again, the departments of mechanical engineering, electronics, chemistry, physics, and computer science and engineering are collaborating in this particular project. There are other projects wherein this interdisciplinarity or interdisciplinary approach is encouraged.
Okay. Starting out in 2017, the first batch of SRM AP BTech students will be graduating in 2021. We hear that the initial round of placements has started and that it has been good for a first batch. Can you shed more light on this?
Actually, the campus recruitment drive has just begun for the first batch of 2017, that is class of 21, which is going to graduate. Already 13 students have got top-notch job offers. One student has backed up a job in Amazon with 39.5 lakh. And there are a group of students who have got in AB InBev. This is a Belgian multinational drink and brewing company you must be knowing, Anheuser-Busch InBev, with a CTC of 12 to 17 lakhs. Of course, initially they go for internship with 30,000 rupees per month, and later on they will be converted into jobs with a CTC of 12 to 17. Same thing is with Amazon. Initially it is with internship. And also some students have got jobs in the other places like Sabri Corporation as an associate software engineer with initially internship followed by a job with 10 lakhs per annum. And Virtusa Corporation, so they are also taking some students, which is an IT service provider. They have offered position in the company with a CTC ranging from 5 to 6 lakhs. So there are even some more companies which are giving, and of course the process is on, and I'm sure that many more students are going to land up with very good job offers. The reason being, this university has started training towards placement right from first semester onwards by bringing professional trainers. So they concentrate on domain-specific training, soft skills training, and company-specific training and communication skills. Every semester, there is some sort of a training course to the extent of 2 to 3 credits. So students are registered in this. There is a career development center on campus, in addition to the professional trainers who come and train. And this year now, we have taken, I think if I correctly recall, a company called Smart and another company called 6 Phases. They are going to be employed for training in addition to our in-house CDC, Career Development Center.
In terms of vocational education, so that's another aspect which has been heavily focused in the new national education policy. Could you tell us the steps taken by SRM in terms of the curriculum and its alignment with industry's requirements?
First of all, I must appreciate the efforts of the people involved in drafting the new educational policy for giving importance to vocational education starting from the school level. Actually, it is long overdue. Now, coming back to SRM AP, SRM AP has been collaborating with Andhra Pradesh government, State Skill Development Corporation, and almost more than 1,000 students are trained in the at the Skill Development Center during this summer. Going forward, okay, at this stage, we do not have many vocational courses, let me admit. Okay, going forward, we want to lay a lot of emphasis on skill development, not only for our students, but also to the community as a part of corporate social responsibility.
recently an SRM AP faculty had landed a rupees 1.1 crore research grant from DBT and Wellcome Trust of UK, which will be used for setting up a niche lab for his research. Do you think more faculty and research scholars are capable of such achievements?
First of all, we are proud of Dr. Sudarshan Govindarajan of Department of Biology, who has garnered this 1.1 crore worth project from DBT, Wellcome Trust Alliance. Normally, not more than 10 people are selected under this category. So he is one amongst them. So this would certainly be a benchmark for the other faculty members to work. I mentioned in the very beginning itself, one of the main emphasis of this university is research, highly research focused university. Even in the selection of the faculty, we lay a lot of emphasis on their research accomplishments. So that is the reason why we are able to get very good faculty. And in a matter of maybe if I take average longevity of faculty here, around 2 years, because it started only 3 years ago, faculty would have joined at various stages in the last 3 years. If I take an average life of 2 years, people have managed 24 projects, funded projects from DBT, DST, DRDO and other governmental agencies to the tune of 13.1 crores. So that itself speaks volumes for the research efforts of the faculty. Furthermore, they have published 200 and odd research publications in Scopus indexed journals. Maybe it's not very common in Indian universities to have research accomplishments like this. There are around 60 PhD students who are supported by some by these funded projects, some by the university itself. And they are given a lot of incentives in terms of tuition fee and also hostel fee waivers.
SRM AP had some impressive academic tie-ups, especially with some of USA's top universities. How are these tie-ups helping SRM AP students specifically in bettering their vision and job prospects?
SRM AP has forged collaborations with top-class universities in the world, starting from NIIT, University of California, Berkeley, Illinois Institute of Technology, Chicago. I think there is an institution called EFERI in French, I don't recollect. Otherwise, it stands something for Engineering School of Information and Digital Technology. It is in Paris, France. These collaborations are working so well. Almost 23 students have gone to UC Berkeley during the last 3 years. They have spent 1 semester at UC Berkeley. To my knowledge, there is no parallel where students have been sent for 1 semester during their educational years to an institution like UC Berkeley. And of course, I forgot to mention, another one is University of Wisconsin at Madison. These students go there for a semester. They do their courses. And of course, equivalence is given in terms of the credits. More importantly, students who are going to UC Berkeley, their tuition fee for that semester is paid by the university. It's a part of the MOU with UC Berkeley. So as I mentioned, it is a great opportunity for undergraduate students to avail such opportunities. And the students who have gone there, I have interacted with them in my last 45 days. They are all excited about their experience. And some of them have participated in the boot camp conducted at UC Berkeley. There is a center called SECT, Sutarja Entrepreneurship Center for Technology. And also there is another center here called Innovation Design Entrepreneurship Academy. So this also has collaboration. This center idea here has collaboration with UC Berkeley.
SRM AP has plans to set up centers of excellence in some super specialized areas of manufacturing and information technology. Can you explain these projects like 3D manufacturing?
Yeah, there are many plans going ahead to establish Center of Excellence. Firstly, there is a plan to establish an industrial research park wherein we plan to get around 20 laboratories, which will give excellent opportunities for our faculty students to undertake research in niche areas. We have plans to establish a Center of Excellence in 5G, Center of Excellence in manufacturing, and Center of Excellence in fuel cell technologies. So like this, there are many plans, Center of Renewable Energy and offshore wind farms, and Center for Blue Economy, Center for Gene Editing. So like this, Center for Materials. So there are many plans going ahead.
What kind of a time frame and which would be the first ones to come up?
The time frame for the first ones to come up maybe in the next 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, for example, Center for Cloud Computing, Center for IoT, Center for 5G Technologies, and Center for Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. These will come in the first phase because we want to leverage that for undergraduate research, and the remaining things will come in the subsequent years.
You know, I just wanted to come back to the issue of internationalization of universities, and this is another issue that has been focused on as far as the NEP is concerned. So do you think while partnerships and tie-ups are definitely going to benefit Indian universities in the coming years, do you think our higher education institutes are capable of matching up with its global counterparts? And you had mentioned a couple of names earlier. Now, if they were to decide to set their campus in India, how do you think that is going to affect India's higher education institutions?
So certainly that is going to be a major challenge to Indian higher education institutions. If some of the top class first 50 universities are going to set up campuses in India, it is going to increase the competition. Of course, that is a very healthy development. And our universities, especially IITs, Indian Institute of Science, and some of the ICERs, and some of the institutions of eminence like BITS-Pilani, and some of the greenfield projects which are going to come, like Reliance Jio, and the other university called, I think, Satya Bharati Institute by Bharati Airtel, and few more will certainly compete with these world-class universities coming to India. It is going to be a good competition, and our people will strive hard to meet with those challenges and to come up to the standards, world-class standards.
Also, you know, you've been in the education industry for quite some time, as you're a veteran. So what is your opinion on, say, the major revamp as far as India's higher education regulatory bodies are concerned? So as we know, the UGC is no longer going to be there, and instead you have the Higher Education Commission of India. But do you think this is just a case of, you know, old wine in a new bottle, or do you really think this will solve the decades-old problem of regulatory overreach? So your opinion on that?
Since you have asked me my opinion, I will say it is certainly not old wine in a new bottle. It is a path breaking, in my opinion. I'm against emphasizing on that. In my opinion, it is a path breaking step. So many of these agencies in the past, AICTE, UGC, XYZ, these regulatory agencies, of course, have played their role, but maybe some sort of a inertia must have developed. I would not like to go into the other aspects that have actually affected their efficiency. It is a time that a national higher education regulatory academy or agency or Higher Education Council of India is formed. By merging all of them, these are going to now play their actual roles. That is, AICT will be setting standards and UGC will be providing funds for which they were originally formed. And this agency, a new agency is required because it brings new life, new people, new processes, and it is really going to revamp the entire regulatory mechanism in India, which is long overdue.
You, along with the SRM AP president, had met the CM recently. And do you think the move to dilute the capital into 3 separate cities that will take the focus away from Amaravati? Do you think
I would not like to enter into this controversy of the capital moving out or staying here, etc., for obvious reasons. And further, the matter is sub judice and it is also political. And I would like to stay away from that particular zone. But whatever it is, so this particular zone with SRM and other institutions coming here are going to create an excellent academic ecosystem, which should be able to attract some of the incoming foreign universities to collaborate, because these have been established with state-of-the-art facilities, excellent academic infrastructure, and I hope the city of Amaravati will be able to support our universities going forward.
And there was some talk about the roads to the university campus being revamped, and that even your chairman was there, I think. And how was the CM's response to all those proposals?
Yeah, so that I will be able to comment. I was also part of the delegation which met the CM on 23rd July in his office. He was very cordial. The meeting went off very well. He started maybe 1 or 2 minutes before. It lasted 10 minutes longer than what it was originally scheduled. And he was forthcoming in extending his support for some of the problems that we are facing in terms of the land and also especially in terms of the access. Because many of our buses go around 30-40 kilometers radius, and many of our students come by these 35 buses. Some of our faculty also travel. Roads are not in a good shape. When we brought this particular thing to his attention, he was very, very forthcoming, and he has assured, and he called the concerned officer and asked him to take in action. Already we could see maybe how many days in the last 3 weeks, some movement in that direction. Some people are visiting us, and our people went and met that whatever you may call Amaravati Development or Capital Regional Development Authority, whatever it is. Okay, the CEO, they have met the concerned engineers. They have promised they would come this week itself and take necessary actions.
SRM IST, they have already made a mark in the COVID-19 fight because they have a medical college and all. Are there any contributions from your university, SRM AP, also in the COVID-19 innovations?
Okay, although we are not having a medical college, actually it is there in the plan of SRM AP. By 2028, we should have a medical college and other paramedical courses. Coming to the question that you have asked, so even with these limited resources at our disposal, our students and faculty made attempts by helping the people around. First of all, SRM AP donated 25 lakhs towards COVID-19 to Government of Andhra Pradesh, and some students and faculty have distributed food materials to the needy in this region.
Can you tell something about the numbers, approximate the number of students, the faculty, the number of departments, a brief overview?
Can you repeat?
The total student strength now.
Okay, today total strength. Okay, got it. I thought today we have got, as I mentioned, 5 engineering disciplines. Then we have got School of Liberal Arts and Basic Sciences, School of Management. And all engineering disciplines come under School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. We have 140 faculty. Okay. And we have 2,213 students in the first 3 years. Now the admission started. Our plan is to have around another 1,020 students this year. So if I add that, so it will become 3,225, the number of students that we will have by September.
I see another novel idea of the NEP was that of the Academic Bank of Credit, ABC, where credits can be accumulated by a student across multiple higher education institutes to go with multiple exit and entry points. So do you think this is a case of putting the cart before the horse because the job market is not really matured enough to kind of handle this kind of a demand? So what would be your view on first the ABC and whether the job market is ready for this eventuality?
To answer this question, I should go back to your vocational studies, introduction of vocational programs right from the school system itself. So we are now preparing our young students from class 6 and 7 through vocational studies, even giving programming skills in C and Python or whatever the new things that will come in future. Okay. And even in class 11th and 12th, and the similar vocational programs will run even in education, in higher educational institutions parallelly. So a stream which has been neglected for a long time is now going to be given its due weightage and also its due credit. As a result, the people's ability to take up jobs and people's ability to start their own companies during their educational years will increase enormously. As a result, this multiple entry and multiple exit and academic bank of credit will give excellent opportunity for people. One thing, that I can go out at the end of a particular, whatever is the time, 2 years or 1 year, I can get a certificate and I can come back. Okay, with that certificate, I should be able to get a job. If I am good at Python, if I am good at stack programming, okay, if I am good at Tableau, so why not the IT industry take me if I have already demonstrated through my projects. So I should be able to present myself to the companies that I will be able to deliver. That is the reason why there will not be any problem in the job market. Even only those people who are able to, okay, go out, who are able to claim credit and who are able to get those jobs, they only move out. they will take these and put them into their bank, these credits, and they return after 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. In my opinion, this is also something which I have been thinking actually. I should not claim today. Even 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I used to tell people, okay, I should go out and come back whenever that I would like to return, because I have not many, 1 or 2 students at BITS-Pilani. When IT industry was in its early stages in 80s, a student who was working on a project with us, he got excited about his IT experience, and he left his program in his 3rd year or 4th year. In a 5-year program, he left in his 4th year. He went to Himachal Pradesh, started his own company. He has never told anybody, neither his parents nor the university. He has done exceedingly well. But later on, for some reason, he could not stay in Himachal Pradesh. He moved to Nucleus Software in Chennai, and he really delivered. And he wanted to go abroad. When he wanted to go abroad in 91, 92, then the problem of the degree came in. Then he approached BITS-Pilani. By the time his name was struck off the rolls, because he left in 87. When he approached BITS-Pilani in 91, stating that he cannot get his visa, he has done, and he is getting a job at Citibank in New York. And first he wanted to go on a nuclear software project, I think. Then he approached BITS-Pilani. BITS-Pilani being a innovative university, highly flexible university, looked at all his credits and given the credit for, because it was a dual degree program, he dropped his 2nd degree, and whatever the courses that he had done towards his 2nd degree were credited towards the optional electives of the 1st degree. And he was allowed to do a 6 months industry practice at Nucleus Software, and he has completed his degree with 8 CGPA, around 8 CGPA, and he went to United States in 75, did extremely well. Okay, he's doing now extremely well in United States, and his sons also have graduated from schools like MIT. So that is why I have always been a strong supporter of this sort of crediting the academic credits. I just took one example for you. Thank you.
So broadly, I think you're supportive of the new education policy that has been come out. Are there any areas in the higher education space where you feel the policy has not addressed, or you would like that to have been addressed?
Certainly, there will always be some areas, okay, which needs some attention, and there may be areas which require some more perfection in terms of implementation. Some of them may sound right now more idealistic, and one need to think through. Actually, as far as a policy is concerned, it should be like this. The details will be worked out later. Okay, going forward, the details will be worked out, and then things will improve. More and more people need to get involved. So right now, it is a group of eminent people who have put in, okay, their ideas and collected ideas by interacting with intellectuals from universities and industries and other people. So I'm sure there will be some, but offhand, I am not able to recollect any.
Can you tell us something about your research interests?
My research interests. So if you ask me now at this stage, at this back end of my career, okay, my research interest is in education technology. Okay, how do you really improve the delivery, okay, the pedagogy and the online classes? Okay, that should be my interest going forward.
So
That would be all.
Yeah,
Professor Rao. Thank
it's
you so much
wonderful
for your time.
speaking. Yeah, it is wonderful speaking with you.
So it's my pleasure. Thank you. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Okay, thank you.